You've written 21 books so far, and by far the one that you are most well known for is the Fakir trilogy. So if you could just give a brief summary on what the 3 books or the trilogy is about.
If you've read the Fakir, all the books are just one book, and it has not converted you into loving your master selflessly, then you know what, I have failed as a medium even for writing. I have so many mails coming in and messages that the Fakir made them love their master more. And the master wasn't Sai Baba of Shirdi, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, whoever. I think that is the greatest compliment, or that is the greatest feeling of calmness, that these books have made someone love their master more. Then I get the feedback that we not only love our master more, but for the first time we have left everything at the feet of the master. Then I know that my purpose has been achieved. So the books basically are on these 2 things: loving the master and loving the master selflessly without any business agenda. My most recent Fakir, The Journey Within, is, I think, all that which Baba has taught me and how to use it practically. I think everything is there. Everything is there. There we have talked about how to control the mind and death and anger and everything. There are practical guidelines, obviously in communication format between Baba and Rudra. But if you yet to ask me what are the books about, it's this: to really, really love the master selflessly, with no agenda on anything. And yeah, there have been a few people who have moved towards this philosophy.
What if somebody doesn't have a master or isn't seeking to look for a master? They say that it's not required. What would you tell these people? Now, A, the people who don't have a master, and B, who don't want a master.
If you don't have a master and you want a master, go within. I always ask people, when they say, we pray to so many masters, what do we do? Who is our main master? And Baba will always tell them, imagine you are dying, your body is dying, and in a few seconds you're going to be dead, your body. Who is it that you would want to see standing near you? And they shut their eyes and then they say, this one. And then Baba says, that's your master. Okay? Because there is nothing more real than passing over. Everything else in between can be Maya. But that passing over is real. And that passing over, you will want your nearest and the dearest one to be there. You're getting it? So, if you don't have a master but you're seeking your master, this is a good guideline. Or then go within. Who knows, your master is the primordial one. Okay? We are fortunate, we are living in an age where we have access to everything recorded on various prophets and masters at the click of a button. Take the best from each, and they will become your master guideline, your master book, which eventually will become your master. Like how the Holy Granth Sahib is a living guru. No other religion has talked about a living guru in the form of their scriptures. Babaji, Gurudev made this a living guru. That is why they give it so much of respect. And there is a pankha flowing, and if it has to be carried, certain priests come and flowers are so that the Granth Sahib never touches the ground. So they'll make that your living guru. Because nowadays, you got to be damn careful. Yeah, you got to be damn careful. The word guru nowadays is thrown, very, very irreverently, just thrown about. We are talking about those gurus, Mr. Sai Baba of Shirdi and Meher Baba and Shankar Maharaj, Baba Nityanand. We are talking about these hardcore people. Just today I thought of Jangli Maharaj. They were stalwarts, they were giants. I don't know if we have any of them around. No disrespect to anybody, but not of that caliber. Not of that caliber. So be careful who you choose as a guru. For those who don't want a guru, once again I would say go within. Reach that place of pure calmness and centeredness from which your higher self can guide you, and that becomes your guru, which means you become your own guru. Okay. But it's a tough road, because how many people can reach that level of annoyingly joyous silence? Not many. So then they get lost, or they translate a particular philosophy in their own warped way. So the danger of not seeking a guru is this. But I have known 2-3 people who were borderline atheists. Apart from admitting that they are atheists, they spoke like atheists. Fantastic human beings, operated from beautiful calmness. And you could see that their higher self is really active. And even if they operated from the lower self, they were very quick to getting back to that state of calmness. I told you, it's not about Goddess, God, Guru, it's about you. Your love, your faith, your bhav, your seva. So, whether you have a guru or you don't have a guru, there is always the primordial guru within you. Don't we all know when we are fucking up somewhere? There is that soft voice telling you, what the fuck are you doing? I would like to believe what we call conscience is glimpses of our higher self. And the more we start listening to it, the higher self starts blooming more. We don't need actually a guru to tell us what's right and wrong. We know it. The moment you start convincing yourself something is right, you should understand it is very fucking wrong. All debate shut. Right? And we know it. Even a small child knows when it has messed up. We all know. Even a pet, if by mistake the pet scratches you or something, the pet, will sulk away. It's understood. Okay, shit, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. So I think that ability, we all have. We all have that. And I think there are glimpses of the higher self in us. So when you ask me about my childhood, I didn't know it was Baba, I didn't know it was Ma. The only thing I could connect it to was my conscience. And I thought everyone's conscience is active and talking. I didn't do anything to activate it, at least not in this lifetime. So if I was getting guided, if I was getting messages, it didn't come about through prayers or meditation or anything. It came about because of what I had worked for in some lifetime. Right? No? So I would like to believe that when everyone becomes a guru, that person has walked all these steps, worked on everything, and now has reached a stage. So eventually, credit goes to whom? It goes to you. It goes to you, no? So you are your real guru. Your higher self is your real guru. It is directly connected with Adi Shakti Param Kali. That is the spark. And when the higher self becomes so majestic, then merges with the spark, goes back into the holy fire. So we have so many prophets and masters telling us what to do, what not to do. We are doing only what is convenient to us. The day you will choose discomfort over convenience will be the day you will start walking towards the light. Now, who has chosen discomfort over convenience? Not your guru. You have chosen. Right? So, Asad, eventually heaven and hell we create from evolution and, going retrograde. We are responsible because the guru can only show you the path. You have to fucking walk it. So the onus comes back on us. That's it. And great if you had a wise guru and you are wise too to understand that I will follow whatever the guru tells me, you will reach faster. It's like taking the lift and others walking the stairs. But that is two conditions. If you get a wise guru, means a real guru, and second, if you don't fuck up and you completely surrender and do exactly what that guru has told you, right? Once again you are involved. We are involved. So eventually it's not about heaven and hell, it's not about God is God, Guru, it's not about anybody, it's just you and me individually. So, and only you individually or me individually, when we start walking the pathway and a higher self starts getting brighter and brighter, which means the goddess energy or the creator energy has got more and more active in you, and one day it'll be so active that it'll just merge back. So I think we need to take onus of responsibility. Whatever had to be told is being told. Right?
Yeah, there's enough, more than enough to go on. Everything is just a catalyst.
I know people who have sent me a line or 2 lines from one of my books, and they have said, we've forgotten everything, we only focused on this line. And our lives have become truly simple. So sometimes everything is there, no? But once again, it is you who have worked on that one line. So it's all about that, Asad. I think we need to take onus. We need to take onus. Stop blaming destiny and faith and your creator and God is God Guru. We need to take fucking onus. We fucked up somewhere.
When people come to you for advice, when you're channeling, you must be meeting all sorts of people with really funny requests and problems. So what are some of the most common or some of the most bizarre things that you've heard or that you come across?
No, one of the bizarre replies I get is when I give timings for meeting, and I'll say 2:30, please come tomorrow or day after or on this day at 2:30, and then I get back the answer, night or day, and I don't understand what opinion they have of me that I'm going to be at 2:30 and 4:30 doing channeling. So that's one of the, it always makes me chuckle, and I'll always say night, afternoon, but it all, and 25 years I've got these questions. Sometimes when people take it very literally, I'll give you an example. So one couple had come and Baba said, on so and so day, take a lamp, fill it with this oil and add this and light it under the tree, and do it for 14 weeks or whatever he'll give them. And then suddenly I start getting this frantic phone call, and I pick up the phone and I say, yeah. They'll say, Baba, the lamp's not burning. I said, why is it not burning? We've done everything exactly as you have said. I said, yeah, okay, tell me the lamp. You put this oil? Yes. You put this? Yes. It's a earthen pot? Yes. And then it struck me. I said, you put the wick, no? And they said, no, Baba, you didn't tell us to put the wick. And that is the time I wonder, I should have spent more time with animals, because it's very dangerous. You've stopped using your brains, and that's a very vulnerable, horrible place to put yourself in.
It's like humans have 2 extremes. Either we use our brains too much or not at all.
Yeah.
Has there been a time when someone has come to you for channeling and what Baba has said has really surprised you?
Countless times. Countless times. I mean, I'm not a very good judge of character. Not in my day-to-day life, Baba does not intervene in that. That's why I made really, really foolish mistakes. But once again, sometimes the subconscious mind can override it, where it can convince you that the answer has come from Baba. So that's why I don't ask about myself unless he writes something. It's not there in my mind and suddenly he writes something for me, I get it. Okay, I need to take care. But otherwise, no. But countless times I've got horribly stunned. Yeah.
We've spoken extensively about what happens after death. Is it the same thing that happens during a near-death experience? And have you or anyone you know ever had one?
The problem is, if you hear or read death experiences of a Christian, it will be very different from a Gujarati, very different from a Chinese, very different from an atheist's point of view. So, either one of the two things is happening, it's not happening, it's mental impressions taking place, or the brain distracting itself from what is going on here. One explanation is that. Or two is we gravitate to whatever we believe in. If there was one portal, then everyone should have seen the same thing. A Christian sees a church and Jesus and all that. The Gujarati lady doesn't see it. She feels as though now she is in Vishnu Lok. Because Vishnu, Lord Vishnu has been her be-all and all. But I thought spirituality meant oneness. There shouldn't be so many different portals. Everyone should land in the same arena.
Have you dabbled with psychedelics?
No. Not psychedelics. No, nothing chemical. Nothing.
Any intention, plan, or is there any particular reason why you didn't gravitate?
Chemicals, I don't. Just from childhood. Chemicals, I don't. I don't recommend it. I have never even got tempted to have it. So, no. And there, once again, I don't know whether it's the mind, because if we've all had it, why should only one guy see the tree with the angels and the other guy see a rock band? Then we should all be seeing the same thing if it was there. Or are we again in different portals? Or is it just the mind?
You mentioned that the guru also cannot do certain things that the ultimate creator can. But then we hear of things like initiation, and especially when Paramhansa Yogananda was there and Kriya Yoga was at the peak of its prowess, where the guru could, just by touching you, initiate certain things into you. How does that work? What is that then?
If a guru is doing it to everyone, I don't know. Yes, the guru has the power to awaken your Kundalini in a more Jagrut way. He will do it if he has read your entire book and knows that this is the right time for you, for your journey in oneness to begin properly. But if the guru is doing it for everyone, then I would find it strange. Yes, the God is God, Guru's grace is important for the Kundalini work to take place. But eventually, it's a lot of your hard work. And I don't think a guru will just awaken it without taking into account, do you have it in you for the hard work, right? So if there are 700 people in the hall and I am initiating everyone, that means awakening the Kundalini, that means I am certain every one of them has the love, discipline and stamina to do as told. So now what happens is, your Kundalini though is Jagrut with your Master's grace, and you are not doing the things. Kundalini is a double-edged sword. Fire can cook and burn. Now if you're not working on it for the right kind of Shakti cooking, then the fire of burning everything will take place. Then the person is fucked. So, unless the master knew that nahi, sab 600 kar lenge, That's why I would like to believe the master randomly and very selectively would awaken only certain peoples, giving the Shakti path. Where he was convinced that now they are one step away and they need this push.
What is the difference between a disciple and a devotee?
Heaven and earth. For a devotee, you've seen the thali? The master's one thali. Everything else is going on. And the master's thali is there. Yes, the master may be a very important or the dish of honor. But it is eventually one dish in many dishes, right? For a disciple, the master only is the thali. There is no question of anything else. The disciple is completely surrendered, means वो धूल बन गया है. A devotee has, okay, Guru has come to the city, chalo. Tomorrow, instead of going to work at 9 o'clock, we'll go at 11:30. Matha laga ke aaye, right? A disciple each moment is craving for the Guru. And after a point, if the disciple cannot see the Guru, the disciple would rather go blind. Somebody told me, I was hearing YouTube of, I think it was, interviewing Mohanji. I think Mohanji had said, I think it was Malsapati. So after Baba left his body, became blind. I'm quite certain that he didn't want to see a world without Baba. Right now. So that is a disciple. For the disciple, there is no karma, Kundalini, heaven, hell, nothing, just the master.
You've written 21 books so far. Any plans to write more?
Yeah, my SAI Oneness is coming out by March. It's a biography on Baba. But though I've taken the Sat Charitra as the foundation, but there are a lot of things which the Sat Charitra hasn't mentioned, which other scholars and researchers of that time have. So even that is part of the book. So it's, I've taken everything. Yeah.
I think I've read most of your books so far. And I have to say, I like most of them, especially because of the way you write.
Thank you.
But the one that I read most recently was the Aum of All Things.
Yeah.
Which I also really liked, because although you did not want to get into the specifics, Bapuji, being Bapuji, really explained and elaborated on what. So could you give a brief summary on what the book is about?
So according to Bapuji, you have Shaktima, Paramkali, and from her came, I think, 107 or 108 souls.
Yeah.
And we are the descendants of these souls. And it is only via tapas and meditation and even Gyan that you can go back. Not idol worship, not rituals, not following anything. Okay? It's a philosophy believed by a lot of people in the Sanatana Dharma. The numbers might vary, it might not be 108, it might be X, whatever. But the foundations are the same. Some people believe that from the Creator came Lord Shiva, Lord Narayan and Lord Brahma. Right? They were given certain portfolios which they distributed to various demigods. And each thing was governed by a demigod who would then report back. Bapuji has 108. So, if you remove that, The philosophy is very similar. From the creator, from her spark came 108 people, and from their spark came all of creation. And it goes into great details of various things. And I get a lot of feedback. It's a very different book from your 21 books. But I think it was the first book I wrote a lot about Meher. So it's a special book for me. It's a special book for me.
Now, in the book, he has explicitly mentioned, firstly, those who know the little that they know about Bapuji, he's in seclusion most of the time.
Yeah.
He's so careful about the way that he spends his time that he goes almost 30 days without having a bath in one room.
Yeah.
Even the fact that he doesn't let anybody cook his food and anybody wash his clothes.
Mm.
And yet he chose you. Why do you think that is?
Maybe I would like to believe it's Baba's grace. Because for me, मेरी बुद्धि बस इतनी ही चलती है. Why did something important happen to me? Grace of the goddess and Baba. You have another explanation, karmic कुछ था. Third is that, I don't know, maybe he read, because he was a voracious reader. And maybe I read a few books and felt, okay, this guy's style of writing is something which might appeal. Because I had written Devi's Emerald, which was also honorable. But it was good meeting him. Very peaceful aura. Yeah, very, very nice aura. Very learned. Very learned. It was very clear of his philosophy to be reality. And I always respect that. If you have a philosophy of what is and why is and how is, and you are steeped in that philosophy and you're not causing harm to anybody around you, I kind of feel you're in a good place.
And you can resonate with that.
Yes, I can resonate with that. So everybody's philosophy does not have to match mine. I'm very clear. And I'm also clear my philosophy does not have to match yours. And none of us are wrong. Maybe none of us may be right also. But whatever it is, we are doing no harm. We are not enforcing our philosophies on anyone. So he's that kind of a man. He's not really looking for numbers. He's not looking, you can make out, this man is not looking for numbers. He doesn't want to be called XYZ in the spiritual world. He kind of doesn't see more people than he sees. So you should get the gist. He is not in it for his own self-gratification.
I'm glad you mentioned the word aura because it's thrown around a lot and it's very misunderstood.
Yeah.
So if you could, in your experience, describe it, and especially how masters use it to tell the past and what could be indicative of the future.
So, have you seen an aura machine?
I've read about it in your book.
Yeah. So I've seen it, created by Harry Oldfield. Okay. And I have taken my uncle and I've taken another person, and it's strange that everything around you has various different colors. Okay? And the doctor can even predict, okay, you know what? The way things are moving around his heart, in so many months, this man is going to experience heart problem. Which means, first, that illness manifests itself in the light and then enters the physical body. Right? So, I would like to believe aura is one's own light. One's own light. And the more spiritual you are, the more kind and compassionate and giving you are, your light is more vibrant and then slowly starts expanding. All our karma is stored in this circle around us, egg-shaped circle around us. The master knows how to encode all your past. Also encodes your future, because your future also is in that. And then tells you, 4 साल पहले ये हुआ था, and you are taken. और कुछ फिक्र मत करो, 6 साल के बाद ये होगा. All the master is doing is just repeating what he or she has read. That becomes, if that master could not do this, however spiritually high he was, he would not get that kind of adulation he can get, because he can predict. So there are grades also of how we perceive masters. And for most people, the master who can provide more miracles is a more higher spiritual person. Right now. That's it.
What is your advice to aspiring authors and writers?
I can't advise anybody, I can only share my experience. My first book, The Last Marathon, took over 10 years to get published. I think I continued writing because I loved writing. I loved that world. If I was looking for money, fame, name, glory, I may not have stuck on for 10 years. So first decide why you're writing. Please, there's nothing wrong if you're writing for money. Nothing wrong at all. But then be clear you're writing for money. And then if you're writing for money, then do your research on what topics will sell, and then get into that. It is no longer a passion of the heart. It is the mind needs to work. You need to hobnob with the right publisher, get the right PR, because if you are known, your book will sell, and your book will sell, you will get your money. That's your objective. I think is great. So for such people, I'll always tell them research. Get the right PR, get the right publisher, get your image going. People should know little of you. But for those like me, I have never ever written a book for anybody but me and Baba. And I was clear from day one, even if nobody ever read me, I would keep writing books. Because my target audience was very small. Mr. Sai Baba of Shirdi, that's it. I wasn't writing for anybody else. So if a book did well, great. If book is not doing too well, great. I don't mind, because I don't go through comments. I don't know who is writing what. And many times people will come and tell me what praises you are getting and your book is getting. I say, great, but I've never gone on that. Because if I were to go on that and get affected by praise or trolling, then kuch khot hai.
What's the point?
Yes, then
of
kuch
this
khot.
entire journey
Then
of
this
3-5
kuch
years.
khot hai. So I am sincerely not interested in reading. Many times, they bring me, Mayor will say, look, Dad, this person has written this beautiful quote, or sometimes she'll come and say, who is this person? What shit is being written? I always tell her, baby, this is not on the menu. And if this is not on the menu, money is not on the menu. And if only the passion is there or the love for writing is there, then you know what? Whether anyone has published you or not, you're already an author. You're already a storyteller. So don't ever tell people you want to be a storyteller. Say, I am a storyteller. The person will say, but you're not published. So what the fuck? I'm yet a storyteller. No, you can't take that away from me. Whether it's published or not published.
A few terms which get thrown around a lot lately and people assume to know what it's all about. Out of body experiences, lucid dreaming and astral projection. What are the differences between them and what is your personal experience with these?
First is out of body.
Out of body experiences, yes. Especially when you're in a coma, you hear that I could see my astral body floating and I could see...
See, I certainly believe in out of body. Okay? I certainly believe in that.
You've written it about it in the book and the silver cord which connects the...
No, and I personally believe it because I have had certain experiences. So they are very clear. I have no doubts on that. And remember, I am my greatest skeptic. I am my greatest doubter. So if I experience something, I do great post-mortem of it first. And usually 8 out of 10 times I discard it. Okay? But, yes, so first time experience, done a few out of body. Lucid dreaming could be once again either your higher self orchestrating something for you to get a message, or you could have traveled in your sleep, experienced something and come back and remembered a flash. The third is what?
Astral projection.
By astral projection, do they mean they throw their body out?
Again, I think what you mean by out of body and astral projection is the same thing.
I think it's the same thing. If my understanding is that, so it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Various names, like for mediumship. When I used to go to mediums, my dad used to take me to mediums. They would always call it Savari. Okay? Okay. I want to meet Ruzbeh. So whoever was at the door would say, "Name, wo savari kar rahe hai." Means I'm in a trance. I'm sure there are so many different words for that trance itself. State is what? Of trance. You moving out and your master fully occupying you. But what a beautiful word. Savari. She's journey pe.
Ghumne gaye.
Yes, ghumne gaye. You know, what a beautiful, yeah. Well, this channeling and all sounds so hi-fi. I think it would hurt all our egos just to call ourselves we are instruments. So the new words for you. Vessel aa gaya. Huh? I'm the vessel. Then channeling, mediumship. But actually is instrument. Bas. Plain and simple. If you cut away all the jazz, you're just an instrument. That's it. Great, no? If you're an instrument of your goddess God Guru, great. If you're an instrument of your ego or the dangerous side, then you're fucked. So I think we have to consciously choose किसका instrument बनना है. You know, when you have faith like a blade of grass, no, Asad, then the fun starts. The master also loves it. Okay. This bugger is yet standing. But you have to be like that blade of grass, you know. Nobody even pays attention to you. You don't have anything, you're just dancing to the tunes of your master. But तूफान आए, बारिश आए, ये आए, वो आए, the bugger is yet there, standing. But it takes great humility to reach that stage. Or it takes crazy love. One of them. ठीक है?